What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, Greg and I are going to ask each other 3 questions we have never ever asked each other before.
And I say it every time, guys, I so look forward to these nights. I love the questions. I love the conversations that spin off of them. And I can't wait to get started.
Yeah. And what's really awesome about this, guys, is we've been doing this for how many months now? Since like February.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a good 3 months that we've been doing these videos to inspire growth with our relationship and also with you guys. So every week you guys get to learn more and more about Greg and myself. Like, think about it. Like, you did the Sikh wedding, your culture shock. We wouldn't have spoke about that unless something prompted us to bring that up or someone else were to
there would
have a mutual conversation about
kind of a random thing to just come up on its own, right?
It is. But I just want to reflect for a minute and just think about the questions over the span of 3 months and what they prompted us to think about, and we got to share it with you guys, and I think that's so awesome. So thank you guys so much for interacting with us and enjoying these videos, because you keep watching them, and that's amazing. Thank you so much. All right, you ready to get into it?
I am.
All right, guys, let's get into it.
You're up.
Me
you got
first.
first question.
Ooh, so excited. Okay. What book have you read recently that you would recommend and why?
What book have I read recently that I would recommend and why?
Yes.
Man, that's I think is a tough question.
Is it?
Yeah, because the books I read, I mean, I don't think they're for everybody.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it really comes down to when you meet somebody. Like, so many times, especially with clients, I recommend them books.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If it comes up as something that's sort of related to some aspect of their life, I'm like, you know what? I read this book. I think you'll really find it interesting or useful, helpful in some way. So I'll send books. But to just say a random book that I would recommend and why. Do you have one? I'm thinking. See, because I know you've read books, but it's like, could you recommend it? Like, no,
Okay.
It was like useful for you in that moment.
No, honestly, I think everybody could benefit from reading The Secret. And that's one book I recently read. And I think it doesn't matter who you are. I think if you read this book, you can learn from it. It brings value.
Okay.
I think some people would appreciate that book. The Secret. Have you guys read The Secret? Let me know. Or is that too much for people?
I don't know.
You don't think that's a general book? You can give your mom that book to read and say, hey, read this.
I think it's for a certain person at a certain time.
Okay.
And then they find that book.
Damn it.
Because that's what I'm saying. All the books that I'm reading right now.
It's really powerful, yours. I can see that.
And if you have strong beliefs that are over here, there will be a lot of conflict. And so that's why I'm like, I can't really say those books. I'm trying to think of something that's a little more neutral.
Like, I'm thinking, babe, you don't need to read it again.
What book have you read recently that you would recommend and why?
You know what I'm going to say? Alice in Wonderland. There, I recently read, and everyone could read that. It's a fun book. I was reading it with my kids. So I was reading it really to the girls, because Danny really wouldn't listen. He's all over the place. But Alice in Wonderland, we were reading it, and we're reading it in character. And the girls really seemed to like that, especially Josh. She's like, Mommy, will you read to me tonight? Mom, tonight. I'm like, to be honest with you guys, I did not feel to read 3 chapters. Sit there in character with full energy and read 3 chapters to her. But I would read about one. But she'll keep telling me another one. Get your dad to do it.
See, she doesn't like when I do it because as much as I will change the tone of my voice, I don't go into full character like you do.
Why not?
You're the actor.
No, I'm really not. I'm really just trying to top you off.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Watch this kind of a thing?
I'm like, Greg, you see that when I'm done? Like, Greg, you see that? I'm like, yeah, they absolutely loved it.
Yeah, because originally you just read it the first time. When you first read the book,
Yeah.
you more read the book. You did a little character, but it was just like reading.
Yeah.
And then when I read it, I thought I did better. And then you came back with this crap. That's what happened. I'm like, you just gotta read a little more fluidly. You just gotta give them the characters a little something, and then you just went all out. That's what I thought happened.
Guys, if there's ever a time in the future where someone's gonna quiz the kids and say who's the better reader, do you know how good it's gonna feel when they say Mom? I'm gonna be like, yes, yes.
You did that to earn points?
Okay, maybe I did. Maybe I did, but is that wrong?
I don't think it matters what the reason behind it was.
I'm just being playful, I think. I think I'm being really playful, and in turn, the kids are just loving it. They vibe off of it. They want me to read to them, and I think it's a good thing because I told you guys in a few videos that one of my goals in life are to just read, and it has to start somewhere. So I don't care what I'm reading. I just want to read.
I have read a lot of books recently, and each book is because I'm looking for something myself and looking for a perspective on it, and none of them are like really novels, or if they are, they're, again, it's like a specific, call that like a genre or something. And so for me to generally recommend a book, I couldn't recommend any one of those just to everybody, saying, oh guys, you should read this. It's not like a movie where it's like, you should see this.
Right.
My Octopus Teacher, by the way, was a fantastic documentary. You should see that. That's a general one that I could say, everybody, that was just a fantastic documentary.
Okay.
But I don't have a book. That's where I'm going.
You don't have a book. You don't
I'm
have
sorry.
a book. It's all right. Do you
But
want
I'm really
to?
thinking hard. Like I'm trying to think of one that I
That's
put in the
okay,
drawer.
babe. That's okay. You're not gonna like always be able to answer a question like that. Is there a book that you can let them know is your favorite out of books you've read personally? Like something that you really enjoyed reading? So you wouldn't recommend it, but it's something. If someone said, "What's a really good book you read?" How would you answer that question?
Oh my gosh. Okay. No. Because I have like stories about the books I've read. Man, these are like deep questions.
Okay.
Like that's what's gonna happen. I can't. Okay. I watched a documentary.
Yeah.
In that documentary, a book was mentioned. And I don't know if anybody else, I know that nobody else I know who watched that documentary with me caught that. There's this book that was mentioned. And I'm like, I'm gonna find that book. And I read that book. I'm like, really interesting. And I see how it fits in and it really expands on the documentary that I saw.
Okay.
And I ask everybody else who's seen that documentary, have you read this book? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's mentioned and nobody caught it. He just says it briefly. Anyways, in that book, it says you should read these books.
Oh.
And so I went and I got those books.
Oh my goodness.
And those books, and it's like a series of 5, and they're written in the late 1800s, like 1890s into the early 1900s.
Wow, that's...
It's just the most amazing story. And so it's like that documentary, that white book that brought me to those 5 books, like a series. And those 5 books, that series, is probably one of the most interesting series that I've ever read. The book series, I believe there was 5 books. There might be a 6th, but I think the 6th is more of they're like magazine articles that are related. They're not actually part of the
novel
5,
series?
the 5 books.
Okay. You said they're not novels.
It's not exactly a novel.
Okay.
So, life and teaching of the masters of the Far East. So, it's basically about a person who went looking for these people he had heard of that live in the Far East that can do, we'll call them like gurus.
Okay.
But supposedly the stories are that they can do things that normal people can't do. And so he's coming from the United States, traveling to the Far East. So it goes all through India, out to Mongolia. Like and this is traveling in the late 1800s. And he's just documenting his experiences over the years that he's living with these people and traveling, looking for the masters.
Okay, wow.
And yeah, it's a fascinating story.
Okay. Have you read like
All of it? Yeah.
how long did it take you?
Oh, they're small. They're short books. I blew through those. Those were like really interesting to me.
Wow.
So that was one that I could read, like watching a TV series.
Okay.
They're the brown books sitting on the very top
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah, I see them.
Yeah.
Good for you,
So
babe.
I found that really interesting. Okay, so we'll call that one. Is it for you? I don't know. I found the story really interesting. So.
And I think it's tailored to your interest, the books you read, and I think that's okay. Because when you're reading, you have to be in tune with the book or you can't read it. So I think that's by far okay. All right, so yeah, so you're not able to recommend a book to them, but that's a book that you recently read that you really enjoyed.
Yes.
Okay.
There
I
you
think
go.
that's totally fair, but let's throw the question back to them. Let's read the question one more time.
What book have you read recently that you would recommend and why?
All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what books you guys are reading.
Mm-hmm. Some people mentioned on our last episode some current books and stuff.
Oh.
I remember. But if you guys could recommend one book, what would it be? Let's change the question to that. All right, guys, let's move on to question 2.
Question number 2. How can I make you more confident in our future together?
I'm gonna say what everybody wants to hear.
Put a ring on it?
Done. Let's be real. But I think we're waiting for the right moment to be where we want to be financially, spiritually, and just loving life. I think it's going to happen, and that's going to happen in the near future. I can't be any more confident.
That's how I feel if you're asking me the same question. Like
Okay.
There's nothing that would make it more confident. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think we're really just waiting for the right time. And just, I don't want to get into it. I think that's all it is. We're just waiting for the right time, and we both will know when that is. And it's going to be great. We want to enjoy the experience. We don't want to rush. That's it.
Yeah, but okay, when you look at this, how can I make you more confident in our future together? Like, that's our relationship. Because when you think of what might be going on in other people's relationship, it could be as, well, if you would let me see your phone, maybe that would help solidify things.
You're not looking at my phone. What?
But you know what I'm saying? That there's little things that I think in other people's relationships that if you would just do something like that, I would be more confident. But as for us, nah, I've got no worries here.
No worries. I've tried to leave. I want to leave. No, I'm just kidding. Greg's a good
I
guy.
try to leave.
No, I love you with all my heart, and I don't think that there's anything that can make me more confident. I think we really, we know each other. We're in this for a lifetime. We're not going anywhere, and we're really just waiting to be somewhere where we want to be in all aspects of life. And it's gonna come. All right. We'll throw it back to you guys. You can answer if you want. How can your partner make you more confident in your future together? We'll ask it that way.
I think, okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah, if you want to answer, they can.
Because, yeah, I think most people, if you're in a good relationship, you're just, there's nothing.
You know.
Yeah.
Like,
There's nothing that would make it anymore.
yeah. Okay. All right. You guys know what to do. Drop a comment down below. Okay. We are moving on to the final question. What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free?
Free from what?
It depends how you want to look at it now. So,
what conversation do you need to have to set yourself free?
do you never do you never trust my reading?
Well, sometimes when you read it yourself, like,
Oh, you just
you
Okay.
pick it up differently.
Okay.
Do I not trust your reading? No, or you could just Would you mind reading that to me again?
Yeah, you could do that, but you want to see
Or
it yourself.
I could just read it.
You want to see it yourself. Okay. What if you were like being mentally held captive?
What?
You're being mentally held captive by your thoughts. Look at it that way. Like, what if you're really
like
feeling...
a conversation I need to have with myself? Does it say that? What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free? This is... Guys.
I don't know.
What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free?
Greg said free from what?
Free from what? What are you being, like, caged in about?
Exactly. Okay, can I say how I would look at the
yes,
question?
Please.
Okay, I think I would look at the question this way. I'm looking at it from the point of view, like, the conversation I need to have to set myself free would be a conversation that just allows me to see my growth, to see where I'm going, to keep me goal-oriented and not think things aren't going to work out. Because I think as humans, there are times where you're like, you get really nervous or you get anxious about something. And it never feels good to feel that way. And it could just be you're feeling that way because of your circumstance in life. But you know that if you think positive, you can change those circumstances. I think something that would set me free is when I get into little mindsets like that, because I'm not perfect and things don't happen instantaneously, thank goodness, that the minute I have like a negative thought, that life goes in that direction. But I hope I'm making sense here. That if I had like just no moments of doubt.
What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free?
Okay, what's that movie where that guy got hypnotized and for the rest of his life, because the guy that was supposed to unhypnotize
oh my God.
him.
Workspace?
Workspace. He was set free. He was set free. Look at it that way. He didn't give a damn. Life was amazing. Carefree. I want what he had. You get it? Think about that character before he got hypnotized.
Yeah, you're stressing.
Yes, as humans we do that. It's a sense of doubt. It's you're overwhelmed. It's like, oh my gosh, why is all this happening all at once? Where you could just be like,
babe, that stress that he's dealing with and that most people just deal with every day, that's just work. That's the thing. That was just an example of what people deal with literally every day.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, set me free from that.
Oh.
You already are.
Am I?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Am I living life and still complaining?
Yes! You totally are.
Stop.
When's the last time you did a 9 to 5?
Last year.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I go for 7-Elevens in the house. What is that blink?
Is it every day?
I would not do it every day.
Exactly. There are people that do it every day.
Okay, this is a really hard one. What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free? I really don't know. That's a tough one.
Oh my goodness. I'm having a hard time with the questions today.
Yeah, I am too.
What kind of conversations do we have to have or do we have with each other when either one of us is in a mood?
I think it's positive self-talk or just positive talk between us and communication.
It's
just really
trying to change the focus or view the situation from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've talked it out.
Wow.
Okay, what conversations do you need to have to set yourself free?
Good one.
I think that's it.
Okay.
So it's when you start getting into a place, we see that the other has to be pulled out of? Is that how it works?
We know, yeah, for sure.
And you're really good at it when you want to be. Having good conversations.
I think I'm good at it all the time. When I want to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes you'll just play with me when I'm in a mood.
Oh, totally. I get
And you know
it.
you could get me out of that mood if you wanted to.
Leave him today.
Yeah, exactly. You can deal with it.
All right,
We're
guys.
human. Moods happen. So I'm going to call
That is so true.
the mood being the thing in
You need
which
to
you need to be set free from.
Yes.
Yes.
We got it.
Okay. Oh my god.
See, guys? That's what it does. Seriously.
Okay. I think that's okay.
I think it is too.
Our version of the answer to that question.
Yes, and if you guys have a different one, go ahead, let us know. But let's just read this question one more time.
Probably read it like 15 times already. I'll read it one more time.
I think, yeah, clean it up a bit.
What conversation do you need to have to set yourself free?
And being free from the mood.
The mood. Well, they mean, what if they have something else
That's
that they
okay
would consider they need to be set free from?
That's okay. You guys can let us know what that is because we probably just need a different perspective of the question. All right, guys, you know what to do. Comment down below. All right. So that was our 3 questions.
Date night conversations. This is episode 27.
27. My goodness.
All right, guys, we're looking forward to the interaction with you. Please let us know your responses to these questions.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.